I'll let you know when it starts recording though, folks. All right, go ahead.
Good.
Yep, you're good to go now.
All right, guys. Go ahead and get this meeting started. Today is Thursday, August 21st, 2025. I now call this meeting of the Madison College Student Senate General Assembly to order at 4:33 p.m. Thank you. And at this time, I would like to say welcome to our General Assembly meeting of the Madison College Student Senate. This is a public meeting and will be recorded for transparency and direct conversations. We're going to cover a few basic items before beginning. If you lose connection at any point during the meeting, you can reconnect by clicking the link or calling the number in your original email. To the senators and other members online, please activate your video and keep it on for the duration of the meeting. If it is possible, use the raise hand feature when you like to be recognized to speak. Ask questions or request a roll call vote as chair. As to call on committee members, the order in which hands are raised, lower your hands if you have the cue. At this time, can I get a roll call, please?
Yes, you can. President Jose Villarreal,
I am present.
thank you. Vice President Administration and Finance, Madsen, I'm present. Vice President Legislative Affairs, Bradley Burke. Here. Thank you.
Thank you.
Vice President Team Development, Corey Sertzel. Present. Thank you. Vice President Public Relations, Ari Nichols. Present. Thank you. Advisor Cole Calio-Proto.
Present.
Heard. Moving to senators, Senator Sanjay Jagadish. Present. Thank you, Sanjay. Senator Annette Crowder.
Present.
Present. Thank you, Annette. Senator Ashley Larson. Thank you, Ashley. Senator Nandine Tulga.
Present.
Heard. Thank you. Senator Ayman Sharafuddin.
Present.
Heard. Thank you. Senator Bethany Bauer.
She's gonna be a bit late. She's still at the.
Excused.
Late, because she'll be here. Yep, so put her as late.
Heard. Thank you. Senator Evan Sullivan Richgos.
Present.
Got Evan in the chat. Thank you, Evan. Senator Angel Avila
We're gonna put absent.
is absent. Yes, thank you. And then Senator Sierra Brunner,
Absent.
absent. Heard. Okay, moving on to our regional and metro campuses. Portage Senator John McCray.
Present.
Heard. John, thank you. Reedsburg Senator for Sandar.
Present.
Thank you. Goodman South Senator Joaquin Lariva,
Absent.
absent. Thank you. We have met quorum.
Okay, with quorum being met, we're going to go ahead and move on to approval of the previous meeting minutes.
Second.
Advisor Cole, can we get those pulled up? I can give you guys a quick little rundown of the minutes. You know, we had a call to order, opening script, a roll call. We approved the previous meeting minutes. We have public comment from our president, Dr. Jennifer Bird. We had disclosures and recusals, nothing was heard. We have reports from officers, advisors, and standing committees. We had a team development vice president chosen. We have some unfinished business that was taken care of, and we had some introduction into new business. Hearing the general summary of the minutes, I entertain a motion for approval of the previous minutes. Okay, Senator Sanjay, motions to approve minutes, seconded by Senator Larson. Okay. With that, I move to a roll call of unanimous consent.
So.
Discussion.
Discussion, yep.
Yep. So I'll open up the floor to entertain discussion.
I would like it noted in the minutes that this was a business only meeting.
Is there any discussion about that? Does anyone have a problem with us adding that to it? So for the record shows it was a business only meeting. With that, is everybody okay with the previous meeting minutes? Okay. I will entertain, can I call for the vote myself?
Yeah, so then you have to be clear. So you said roll call and then unanimous
Yeah,
consent.
as long
You
as
said
we
two
unanimous
votes.
consent.
Perfect.
How that
Very
is. There's no disagreement with any, that's business only meetings. Business only meeting minutes. All right, so unanimous decision. If anybody's against this, all you do have to say, speak up or say nay. But for those that want to approve it, say yay.
So again, unanimous consent is anyone who opposes, let us know, but otherwise you assume everybody is approval of it after a certain time frame given.
And if nobody has any consent or anything, we're gonna call it in 5 seconds.
Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. These meeting minutes have been passed, and we're gonna move on now to the agenda. And right, we have guest speaker. And if you want to go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us exactly what it is your position at the colleges, and we'll give you 30 minutes here for.
Sounds good. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jesse LeGreur. I'm the Information Security Director here at Madison College. I've been at the college for about 7.5 years. I also worked at UW-Madison for about 15 years before that. So I've been in higher education IT, crawling under desks and fixing computer issues for a quarter of a century. And now I'm here to talk to everyone today a little bit about information security and about some of the initiatives. So this is really exciting for me because I get to share a little bit about what we're doing. That being said, we only have 30 minutes and I could probably speak for weeks. I will put my contact information in the chat. So if there are any thoughts about what was discussed today, what I presented today, but even better, if you have ideas about things you would like to hear in the future that I can bring to this group, please let me know. I think it's really important to just make sure people are aware of a variety of different things. What I'm going to talk about, maybe you've heard about, maybe you haven't, but there might be other things you're interested in. So I'd like to find ways to bring that to everyone's attention. I am going to try to make this.
1 second, you have to approve the agenda first.
The agenda.
You didn't approve the agenda, you introduced it, so let's just make sure we approve it and then, sorry to interrupt you.
I apologize, Jesse. We're gonna get right back to you. We'll power right through that, buddy. I
No.
apologize. So if we can bring a motion to, I'm gonna read the agenda out real quick to you guys. And I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda. Thought we were missing something. So for today, we have a guest speaker, Jessica Brew. I rudely interrupted him, but let's go ahead and get this agenda read out. We have a team building activity from our VP, our new VP Sertzel. Disclosures, recusals, reports from officers, standing committees, reports from special and select committees, reports from regional and metro campuses, and we have reports from College Assembly and Shared Governance Council. We have some unfinished business, some non-business housekeeping. And do you want anybody to stay after, Dave, to talk about training?
Yeah, we'll have to cover the last training module.
So we'll cover the last training module after adjournment. If you can please stick around. And with that, could I entertain a motion to approve the agenda?
I have a question.
Of course,
Oh,
yeah.
I can wait till the motion is made. Since that's what the
Good discussion.
has.
Okay,
Sorry.
actually, Senator Larson
A second.
and Senator Sertzel seconds. And open up for discussion.
Do we have announcements on the,
Yes,
We
on the
do.
agenda.
okay, that's all I wanted to make sure. Thanks.
Okay, and with that being heard, I will open this up to vote with the unanimous decision. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 passes. Agenda has been approved, and we will go right back into Jesse's speech. I'm sorry about that, Jesse.
Oh.
Thank you so much for your patience.
No problem. And so hopefully, slide should be up. I'm going to talk a little bit about this. I'm always happy to submit the slides also to everyone. Really, I'm going to be going through a variety of topics. A couple of things I'm just going to talk about to the group today are going to be something we've been doing for a little bit right now, internal phishing campaigns. Maybe you've heard of phishing, maybe you haven't. If you haven't, phishing is basically emails that are tricking you. So you might also get them by texts. That's called smishing because you love to have a name. And then phishing if it's voice. So you're going to hear a lot of great, I think there's pushing now, that's for QR codes. So either way, we like to have fun terms. Also talk a little bit about email deprovisioning. This specifically is regarding students that have not been academically active for a certain period of time. Also going to talk about fake accounts, which means.
Sorry, I'm putting this up randomly. We actually don't have your slides showing up on our screen here.
Oh, let me try this again.
You're all good. I think we ran this before, like College Assembly stuff. Like it shows up on one screen, but not the other. Okay. All right, so it's on mine. Never had this problem before, so I actually am kind of curious to see how it pans out. I mean, unless, is everyone able to see
Yep.
the slides in front of you? All right, then I guess it doesn't matter then, because I know the folks online can see the slides, so
Yeah.
disregard me, I'm just gonna sit over here and be quiet now.
Thank you, Jesse. That should be the last interruption.
Oh, no, that's all right. So one thing, by the way, if you ever have it in again, so I'm doing the share within PowerPoint to Teams. My guess is if you do the share within Teams directly to the PowerPoint, the issue probably doesn't happen. So tell people to use the share button in Teams. I'm guessing it'll fix it. It might not. Other things kind of talking about today, fake account applications. So one thing that we've seen in Madison College, but we've seen throughout really the world, is a variety of what we call bad actors, basically people trying to do bad things, creating fake accounts to take advantage of higher education institutions. In many cases, it's been a variety of services, but a lot of the activity recently has been around financial aid fraud. In addition, we're also going to talk about at least something I'm excited about, governance, risk, and compliance, otherwise known as GRC. The IT program is starting up a completely new program kind of focused around this, and we're looking to hire some interns. So I'll talk a little about what we do and how we employ students in our information security group. So student email phishing, once again, talked about what email phishing was. It's really these bad emails that people see that might trick you to click on an email, open an attachment, do something that otherwise you don't want to do, that might install malware. You might divulge sensitive information. One thing we've been trying to do is to do phishing simulations with different populations. We've been doing this with staff for 5 to 10 years now. We just started doing it with students about 1.5 years ago. We've actually had, I think, 3 or 4 email phishing campaigns at this point, where students will also now get this email and they get to interact with it. The latest version is actually what I'm sharing right now. It is something we might actually see legitimately if somebody's using OneDrive or SharePoint to share information. A lot of bad actors also know what that looks like, and so they replicate it to make sure that you think it's legitimate. You click on it, and maybe it's a virus, maybe it's something else. So in this case, we did send this out. A variety of people did click on it, not just students, but also staff. So one of the things we've also done recently is we're sending the same information to staff and students. There's a few reasons we do this. One, we get to compare the data. It can be kind of a contest. So how do the students do against the staff? And actually, I think this latest round, we actually had more students report these emails suspicion than we did staff. So it's just interesting to see how that plays out. What's really important for me for this is to allow anyone who hasn't been in the workplace to see what these look like. In the end, you're going to be in a job, or if not, you're going to have an email. I don't know if anyone doesn't, but you're going to have it. You're going to have that risk of clicking on something, doing something that might be dangerous. I've been there myself. I've clicked on things. It just happens. But being able to identify it and being able to act on it, I think, is really important. So we want to make sure as people are preparing for exactly what you're learning, you also get these. I consider this a life skill. We all use technology. It's something you need to know. So it's something I'm excited just to make sure people are aware of this. In terms of historical trends, so one thing I just wanted to note, these were from 3 different campaigns. People want more data. I have more data. One of the items we really try to focus on for anything is people reporting emails. The way people have done this in the past is by forwarding it to the help desk. Maybe they forward it to library services. We highly recommend people use the little report option in Outlook. The reason for that is it makes it easy on us, but it feeds the algorithm. So Microsoft sees that, and if it's spam or phishing, it helps the back end understand what might be malicious. In addition, once you do that, it might actually remove those emails from other people's inboxes. So if it is bad, other people get to benefit from your report. It's nice to see that from the start, those numbers have dramatically increased. So it's really good. We really want to see those numbers increase. A lot of people don't complete the training. That's what it is. The training, we try to keep at a minimum 2 to 3 minutes. So something short, something that people will witness. Generally, just clicking on the email, if something tells you, yeah, that was phishing, it's at least something that will allow that kind of trigger to take place, to understand, hey, if I do this in the future, maybe I don't want to click on it. So even if people don't do the training or don't reach out or don't report the email, hopefully something's taken out of it. Right now, we do this approximately twice a year. We like to do this about every other month. It just depends on kind of our workload at the moment. Currently, this is kind of a requirement for employees for a lot of reasons. Cyber liability insurance is one of them, where you want to do this at least once a year. The more often, though, the more likely people are going to remember and going to see this. If you see something once a year, you may not remember. These are just some of the general stats. Once again, not going to go over this, but you can kind of compare year over year. I'll also make sure the PowerPoint's available. Kind of noted a variety of reasons to do this. Really, it's to protect and educate not just students, but also staff. We want to make sure people have life skills in terms of understanding what phishing looks like, what scams look like, and how to react to it. You're already getting them in your inbox, so it's important to know what to do, including how to report it, whether it's with Outlook, Gmail, Hotmail, whatever that might be. If anyone does have questions, feel free to go through. I'm just going to go through each topic, and then if we have questions at the end, we'll kind of go through those. One item that's also been about a year in the making is email deprovisioning. So one thing we have for students that go through Madison College is we generally haven't turned off anything. So you maintain email access, you maintain the ability to log into any system. There's a benefit to being able to log into the system, to be able to use your email, but we've also found that over time, a lot of individuals don't use those accounts. The challenge we've had is a lot of people break into those accounts and then they use those accounts for email phishing. One of the challenges we've had with email specifically is once you're using a Madison College email, you're kind of behind the protective barrier, which allows you to send emails to a larger community of individuals. And so that can create a lot more risk. It makes it seem legitimate even though it isn't. One of the items we've been doing, we've done twice now, this is going to be the third time we're doing it, is any student accounts that have not been academically active for the last 3 terms, those email accounts are getting unlicensed. What that means is they can't use those email accounts. Eventually those emails get deleted. And if somebody does come back and take a class, those email addresses get reactivated. And part of the reason behind it is really to limit kind of what we consider the attack surface. So right now we have 200,000 to 300,000 accounts, which is a lot of things for people to see and to misuse. Think about it like an apartment. If you have an efficiency, it's pretty easy to clean, right? You add a bedroom to it. It's a little bit harder. Maybe you have some extra windows, maybe a little bit more to vacuum. If you're lucky, you have hardwood. But you start adding 3, 4, 100 rooms. It becomes hard to manage. It's hard to know what's there, and it's hard to know what to do. You could also have somebody hiding in one of those rooms, living there for years, and just don't know it because you never go there. That's basically one of the challenges we have with a lot of these accounts, including email. It's hard to manage, especially just due to the volume over time. And so we're trying to kind of minimize those challenges. One, so we know who is active and how we can communicate them and be able to do that better over time. Another note kind of with that, a lot of other colleges, including the WTCS school, Wisconsin Technical College System, do this today. And so this is something a lot of other institutions are doing. We've been slow to kind of adopt this practice, but it's something we're trying to do really to reduce that attack surface area. In the long run, we're looking to potentially do this with accounts as well. So any individual who has that email account deprovisioned can still log into a system. They can log into PeopleSoft or in a couple of years, Workday Student. But that's still a portal into a variety of Madison College systems and creates a variety of risk. So in the long run, we are thinking about ways to kind of limit that as well. So if somebody is academically inactive, they won't be able to log into a Madison College device. It does take 1.5 years to get to that point. We don't have a timeline for when we're going to do that, but that is something we're actively thinking about, especially as we look to moving to Workday Student. Being able to have a population that's more manageable is something we're interested in. One, so we can also deliver faster services. When we have to process 300,000 accounts, it just takes longer. If we only have to process 50,000, things go faster. So you might actually see technology be more responsive rather than less responsive. Fake account applications are also something we're dealing with right now. A lot of this really happened during COVID, so a lot of funding became available. And that government funding meant people wanted to take advantage of that government funding. Whenever there is money, people find ways to get access to it. One way to do that is to create a fake application to take classes and cancel that application, or even take classes and take advantage of the federal grant funding or financial aid through that process. And so we have actually seen bad actors fill up classes with fake accounts. Well, what that means, one, they're all fake, so we're not actually generating revenue, but even worse, there are people who want to take those courses. They're full of fake people. And so one of the things we're looking at is how do we reduce the likelihood of those fake accounts getting created and still allow students to be able to enroll in classes and do the things that they need to do. One of the ways we're doing that is by implementing a product that will allow us to check the data being submitted to give us basically a probability. Is this fake or is this real? And then based upon that, we can have a variety of other decisions, whether it's, hey, you need to give us more information so we can enable your account, or, yeah, you're definitely fake, we're not letting you through. And so that's something we've just started implementing. We did purchase a product, it's called Socure, and we're looking to implement that hopefully with full automation by the end of the calendar year, one that's going to make sure any classes aren't filled up with fake accounts, but it's going to lower the risk of financial aid fraud. It's going to make sure that people can actually get through the door and are getting the help that they need. We do not want to be helping fake students. We want to be helping real students. And a lot of the enrollment management staff have done a lot of work to try to balance this, and it's a lot of manual effort. So we're hoping to use this to save a lot of time and make sure that we do not have issues with people trying to sign up for real classes and having those issues with fake students. Last piece is GRC, or Governance, Risk, and Compliance Student Interns. So within our Security Operations Center, we actually do hire student interns from our IT program. Some may not be within the IT program themselves, just depending on interests. And since the Governance, Risk, and Compliance program is starting with the IT program, we are going to look to hire individuals in the fall that are going to be working on a variety of compliance efforts. It could be auditing, could be a lot of spreadsheets, could be helping with security education. So I think that's another avenue we're interested to get some assistance with. And so a lot of those students are going to help with that. We generally have about 2 to 4 interns at any given time. It might change from about 4 to 6, just depending on how everything goes. So we're really excited for that. We do put everything up on Handshake, but it's something we're excited about to get more assistance from students, but also it allows us to get voices from students into our team. I also put my contact information in the chat. Once again, I'll reach out anytime. Don't hesitate. Email me. You can call me. I don't really talk on the phone. Email is probably better. I tend to get more spam from my phone calls than I do anything else. So email is probably best. I'm also on Teams, so don't hesitate to send me a Teams message. I may not get back right away. I will get back. That being said, I would like to open it for any questions.
Yeah, so we will go ahead and open the floor for any questions. And I see that Senator Crowder has her hand raised up, so we're going to go ahead and start with Senator Crowder.
I have a couple questions. The first one is how many, I guess that one's kind of a two-part, but how many interns do you hire right now?
Right now, we usually have about 2 to 4 students throughout the year. One thing we try to do is we have overlapping cohorts. So we'll generally have 4 students, maybe 2 graduate. We'll hire 2 more.
Sure.
Those students help to train the new students and so on and so forth. This last term, we've had 8, but 4 of them graduated. So we already knew that was going to roll over, but we try to have about 4 at any given time.
And how many of those have been Madison College students? And is there type of preference established to ensure that Madison College students have an opportunity to get the internship before like a UW student?
I think outside of one person, they've all been Madison College students. So generally, we try to hire Madison College students specifically, one, because we actually know the classes that they're taking. And honestly, I do prefer the curriculum that we have here at the college versus a lot of other institutions. It's applied learning, it's knowing the tools that we're using. And so we actually try to recruit at the Madison College IT Career Fair that they have once per semester. So we do prefer to have Madison College students.
Thank you.
Thank you for the question. We will now move on to online question from Senator McCray. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, hi, Jesse. Thank you for being here. I'm a cybersecurity specialist student, and I graduate in May. I am so glad that you're here. I have a lot of questions, so I'll put it in email form and make it short so we can conduct business as usual today. But I'm very interested. I need to log my internship hours yet, so that would be. These are the things that I've been working on, and I can send you an email or whatever you prefer to, yeah. I had no idea that you hired interns as well. I thought we just hired interns for like the IT guides and Wolfpack techies. So I had a long conversation with Alex, and he said he would like to, he said we'll figure something out. So yeah, but my major question is, dealing with the fake accounts. Do we have a certain process to report those? Like if we, say I came across somebody that I know is not a Madison College student, but they're there, or I see something or something that's just off.
Yeah, I would recommend so, and this goes really with any kind of IT issue. So we generally have two support processes, especially for students. It's a little bit more complicated because it's usually the student library. So library helps to support a lot of the students on a day-to-day basis. That would be a good place to go. Although in addition, I'd recommend Technology Services Help Desk because we can help to do more investigation. We do actually chat a lot with the libraries. So generally, we're going to find out in that way. But I would say report it to the libraries, report it to the help desk. Do one, do both. Either way, it allows us to do a little bit of research and find out what to do. In the end, we're likely going to need to reach out to other groups, maybe enrollment services, to understand what activity might be going on. We have a pretty big cross-functional team that deals with this.
All right. Well,
Thank you
for that question. Is there any other questions or comments or concerns that anybody would like to bring up at this moment? Senator Stendar.
So you talk about the clean lesser space gonna be better cleaning about, so my question, first I want to ask, so when we graduate, our mail account gonna be freeze in Madison College?
It will take a year and a half for that to take place, but yes.
And my second question is, we educate students and we're fishing them, it's great examples, but do you have any specific future plans or options instead of frozen our mails? Do we have any options we can help students? Because I really want to keep my Madison College mail.
Yep, and that is the one challenge, that's the balance that we're kind of striking. We'd honestly love to have everyone to maintain their email account. We do not get the offset of staff to manage it. So it's really a balance in terms of the resources we have. Once again, I would love to do it. It's just, in the end, we have to kind of make that decision. That being said, in terms of other education or other resources, I'd say, once again, keep in contact. We find other ways to do it that helps to balance it. We'd always like to find ways to try to do that. In terms of helping the students, outside of doing phishing. One thing we're hoping to do more is even events. So October is Cybersecurity Awareness Month. We did this last year. We handed out popcorn and trinkets and information. And so we're trying to do that again this year. We'd like to do it more often. We did go to each regional campus as well. And so we're looking to find other opportunities to kind of get in front of more people and to have conversations, but also the great questions. So
Thank you.
thank
Thank you for
you.
the answer.
So we'll go ahead and open it up to Senator Ari Nicholson.
Yeah, so, my question for you is, there's been a lot of concern online and as well as just in general about younger people not being as technologically literate as people believe, and sort of a lot of people actually falling for these phishing emails or just scams in general. As someone who specializes in IT, do you agree with that sort of idea that younger people or younger students are becoming more susceptible to these things? And if so, do you have a way or belief to how to counter that?
It's a good question. I wouldn't say generally anyone younger is going to be more susceptible. I think there's different risks. I think regardless of age, it's a risk, and everyone's going to fall for something different. I don't think that anyone in a newer generation is less capable. I've seen individuals far more capable than others I've met in the past. I think some of the challenges are newer technology coming out, being uncertain of how to use it, but that may not be age specific. In some cases, it actually might benefit younger audiences because of being introduced to that technology and being able to use it more often. One common example is artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, other large language models. For the people that are using it, they know more about it. They know what it does, they know what it can't do, and they might be able to spot things that look unusual that people not using those tools may not be able to. People that are more interested in doing that development and learning are going to be better protected regardless of age. So for me, are there some other risks? Yes, but I think the ability to be curious and ask questions is always going to be one of the ways to kind of get through that.
Thank you.
Does the data back that up also?
I don't have hard data myself. Right now, it's my opinion. But I think there are a variety of other challenges. It depends on what you want to look at. Regardless of age, I've seen challenges either way. I've not seen age specific where this age, they do not fall for any time. It's always a broad sample based on my experience.
Understood. Senator Sanjay?
Yeah. So I have a two-part question here. So the first part, you said there's an algorithm that gives a probability with whether an account or like an applicant might be like an actual applicant or like a fake applicant. Do you have any concern or issues where a true applicant might be flagged as a fake applicant? And if so, is there a way for them to be like, hey, I'm actually a true applicant and prove that process?
Yes and yes. So one of the things we are concerned about is we do not want a real student to be blocked in this process. Generally, that's where we're getting all of this data, is to not say yes or no, but we have to pick a line. Over this line, we're pretty sure this is a real student. Over this line, we're not sure. Once we're at a point where we really don't know, they'll have the capability of submitting additional information. Usually that might be an ID, it might be a passport, it might be some other documentation that allows us to understand they are a genuine person, that the information they supplied is real. A lot of the information being checked is names, addresses, emails. If they're flagged in other systems, there might be a higher chance they're identified as a fake student, especially if they've been doing other unusual things online that have been recorded by other institutions. But we do not want to block legitimate students. The benefit we have, other institutions have already deployed this, so we get to learn from their example. So we get to understand what they did, the issues they ran into, which is going to reduce the chance that we run into that. So we're hoping that puts us in a really good space.
Perfect. Yeah. And my second question is kind of going along with that. And you kind of said this as well with the rise of like artificial intelligence and everything like that. Is there any concern with this impacting like these phishing emails, which I know it's already starting to do, and like even like these applications where this AI might be able to have an application seem like it's an actual applicant, when in actuality it's not?
Yes, and so that is something we are worried about. One of the benefits of one of these tools is it helps to validate based on other information, whether some of the data actually is based on a real person. So what they're trying to not validate is that it's fake, but that it's real. And so what they'll also call this is synthetic identities. They're trying to prove this is really not a real person, it's being made up. And so even if it's generated by artificial intelligence and looks good, the data point should still help us point it in the better direction to make that decision. But we have seen better phishing emails.
Yeah.
It's a constant battle where we improve something, they improve something, we improve something, and it never stops, which is why we never stop.
So a quick one for you, Jesse, was if somebody cannot provide an ID, is that a barrier in itself from them being able to obtain their email, continue to enroll in classes? Is that the line?
Yeah, it's a good question. So there are other ways to also prove identity, whether it could be potentially video calls, it could also be stopping by a campus in person. So each individual student is going to have a different situation. And so that is the other thing we're kind of thinking about in terms of how to validate ID. Also, in some cases, people are just not comfortable submitting that information. And so we'll have other mechanisms to validate that identity. In the end, we want to make sure people can do it in a comfortable way. One of those ways is likely by physical visit to a campus that's closest to them. It does raise the question, what about international students? Right now, a lot of these tools aren't good for international students. However, for a lot of our international students, there are other processes that help to validate in different ways. So we feel other processes are going to help with that. And we'll be thinking about those outliers too. So, yeah.
Thank you, Jesse. Appreciate that very much. We're going to have a VP Searle here, and then we're going to go ahead and get Senator McCray back into the queue. So we'll get you after VP Searle, buddy.
So, obviously the software is expensive. We're trying to figure out or factor in the cost of AI. Obviously there is cost there. And then how often are we screening people through SoCure? Is it a one-time thing when we're generating the email the first time, or are we regularly doing that, kind of like a background check?
Right. And so right now we're not doing it at all.
Right.
At the very least, what we want to do now is when somebody kind of goes through the admissions process, at least at that one point.
Right.
We're not currently planning on any kind of repeats with that process. We'll see what the future holds, if that's a need. Right now, we don't have that need. One of the other things we're also thinking about in terms of that process is how to use it outside of the student admissions. So for example, somebody applies for a job, we probably want to make sure they're real too. And so there might be other opportunities for us to use that process, or even for other items like somebody wants to change really sensitive information. Maybe we use that to validate they are who they say they are at that point. Right now, though, it's really at that first stage before we give an account that they can log into systems. That could change over years, but right now it's just at one point.
Okay, so we're getting close to time, so I'm going to have the last question be Senator McCray, and we'll close it up. If you have a question, you can email them, text them, or if you want to stay longer, we can extend the time, but I think we've kind of got a good bulk of information. So with that, Senator McCray, go ahead, bud.
It's McCray, sir. Thank you.
McCray, I apologize, but
It's okay. No worries. You said SoCure. We're still in development. Is that that's what you're saying?
Correct.
SoCure is still in development. Okay.
Oh, we are still in the process of implementing it.
Oh, implementation. Okay. I was just
Yes.
wondering what stage it's at.
Yeah, no, it's a finished product. We're not beta testing software. It's a fully fleshed out product, and other institutions are using it.
Okay. Thanks. I'll
Yeah,
email
welcome.
you with my list of questions.
Sounds great.
You have time for one more question if anybody does have one.
yeah,
So my question is, you talk about algorithm workflow, which support you to understand which account is real or make it. So my question is to understand this algorithm keep student data to check, and if it's keeping the data, is it sharing with who? And that's my question.
Yes, that's a good question. So, and that's one of the things we kind of thought about with the product. One, for student privacy, right? We don't want just data sitting out there. One of the benefits of at least having the product is the product will be able to use that data in the back end. It will not be delivered to any other institution or third party. But like a lot of systems, it may get used to check with other data submitted. So if we do see a fake account at NWTC and that data is in there, and then we get the same application here at Madison College, we get to take advantage of that check. We don't get to see the data, but we do get the score based upon that back-end information. One of the items we did from a contracting perspective was to look at, if we terminate our agreement, we want to make sure you delete that data. And so that was specifically an item we did through that process to make sure that student information would be safe.
Thank you for your answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was one question left in the chat, if you don't mind just clearing it up for them.
Just wondering about, do continuing education students also have email accounts that don't have academic attached to them? 'Cause I know,
Yes.
like, I've taken continuing ed classes, and so I'm kind of wondering if it's, if you're applying the same policy to them.
Right now, since everything is kind of stored within our student information system, that's where we're kind of using that information. A lot of that continuing education, those students are also in that system. So if they do have an account, which many continuing education students do, they would also apply to that process of the email deprovisioning after 3 terms of, and I'll say academic inactivity, but it's taking any class.
Okay.
And so if you're, let's say you're in a 2-year program, and then a year later you take a continuing ed course, it kind of resets that clock. So it's really any course that we have at the college will make you or anyone look as active.
Thank you for the clarification.
All right, yeah, thanks for coming to speak and hearing all the questions and answering them. With that, we will, let you go. Did you have anything, Vice Paul?
No, it's good to be here.
All right, and now we're gonna go to our new Vice President of Team Building Activity, VP Circle.
All right. So. Nothing active, everybody can remain seated. I'm just gonna get up here for just transparency. So I just want to discuss essentially, as we're welcoming a new wave of students, there's a lot of new faces. We're trying to encourage a sense of belonging for them, but I wanted to discuss just very briefly, what does belonging mean to you? If everyone is comfortable of sharing, we can go around and just go ahead and discuss, but I can go first. Belonging, I feel like, is belonging looks to me like a environment that I can safely be myself. Like as a trans man and having a husband, it's just, I've been in places that have not made me feel safe before. And belonging looks a lot more different than I would say to other people. Either it's someone else that is in the LGBTQ plus community that's representative, or a face in a particular group or committee that I'm in, or I'm allowed to speak up or convey my feelings or my thoughts. That is what makes me feel like I belong. So what does belonging look like to you as like in this sense as a senator? What does belonging look like to you in, say, student senate or here at METC?
Should we start with Senator Crowder and work our way around?
I guess I'm gonna say belonging as a student is something that is it makes me want to seek involvement and become part of a community. So that's what it would be for me, and that's why I got involved with Student Senate and other things I've been involved with. And it also kind of made it where I came back to school on those tough days.
Right, absolutely. All right.
Yeah, and I really wish Bethany was here to answer this, since she's gonna become the inclusion and belonging coordinator. But belonging to me is definitely, I think it's obviously it's more of an idea than like a tangible thing. Belonging as an idea is simply every community and every group has or receives the treatment and the resources necessary for everyone to be on equal footing. So if a student needs one resource that another student does not, then the student that needs that resource gets that resource so that they're able to continue their education at that same level as that other student. Because that way everyone has that sort of same level and everyone can belong because everyone is set to an equal footing.
I'm very big fan of you. Equity.
Belonging is intersectionality. I studied a lot of diversity studies, corporate team building at Whitewater. I'm a proud Warhawk. We learned how belonging puts labels aside. Give you an example. First generation. 62% of veterans are first generation students. What happens is we come into the institution and we have culture shock. I understand why we're not getting along with people or why we're being socially isolated. So it's also taking a look at somebody else's culture, trying to put yourself in their shoes. That's what empathy is for. And ultimately, the goal with belonging is to allow everyone a chance at innovation. So that's pretty much all I mean.
Thank you very much. How do I follow up to that? Try. Doing the lesson that Cole put out there, and you guys remember all the different morals and little stickers, and freedom was my last one, and I think belonging is an acronym with freedom. If you have the freedom to pursue any job, you belong. You feel, you do feel like you belong there because you're able to do that, and you've been no robots are put in front of you. So for belonging, for me, is keep the door open.
I think I have like a lower bar for belonging than anyone else. Maybe that's just like an issue of semantics. I think you belong somewhere if you have a purpose to be there. I think everyone who's here has some purpose in mind when they showed up into this room. And for that reason, I think they belong here. Maybe you even belong even if you're not sure of your purpose for being there. But if you are there, I assume you have a purpose for being there. I think maybe I'd like to expect more from a space than just everyone has a purpose for being there. I like what you said, that that you can be yourself there. Maybe that you can expect to be accepted. Something like that.
I think belonging for me is just, again, kind of just welcoming anyone and everyone into it, because when it comes down to it, if you exclude one person, then you're not really including everyone. And so for me, belonging is just being able to be in a space and being comfortable with yourself, but also, like Bert said, just having understanding for each other and having empathy towards each other. I think that's what really makes a good environment to be in.
Firstly, I feel belong Madison College. Go Wolfpack. Secondly, I feel belong Senate. The reason of that, for me, belonging is about respect and understanding. But for me, respect is not about respect the context of idea. For me, respect is the respect persons have an idea, not context. Maybe it's not same opinion with me, but I'm respecting person's idea. Like Bert said, Vice President Bert, we need to change shoes sometimes and understand each other. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna steal from you guys. You guys pretty much said what I was gonna say, so.
I went this way, so.
Yeah.
That's it.
Belonging for me, I feel like it's a sense of like, I can count on you, you can count on me, and that I want to be here and you want me to be here, you know, like as Quinn said, you have a purpose for being here. And even if you don't exactly know what that purpose is yet, you know, there's something that like, okay, I'm drawn here for somewhat, for whatever thing, right? I'm drawn here and I want to be here. And with that, it's just like a sense of community, as was said, with like you're a person with your opinion, thoughts, and so on. And other people have other opinions, thoughts, so on. But just being able to see that, okay, we might not be the same, but we can still get along.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I'm gonna go ahead and,
So,
John, how are we doing with time? Just wanna.
There wasn't a time associated.
no,
so.
there's not.
Okay, perfect. John, I'm gonna hop to you, if that's okay.
Online?
Yes. What does belonging look like to you?
Well, this right here, is belonging for me, working with all of you, and Cole. Anyways, like I really, this is teaching me a lot about not only myself, but like really how to talk to people. In the past, I've been, like I'm a very intense person. I really am. I'm very passionate. I know that. But my sense of belonging, what it means to me is, people actually respecting what I have to say, not being on their phones while I'm talking, like, just engaging with people over the summer has been really educational for me. And like I said, I'm learning a lot about myself. And as far as that respect thing goes, I did want to say, I meant no disrespect there, President, Jose. I'm sorry about that. Just people mispronounce my last name all of the time. And a lady did it today. I was just kind of annoyed. So I meant no disrespect there, but I will.
No, not a problem.
Okay,
Mr.
cool.
John,
We just
great,
have never really talked, like had a longer conversation than maybe 3 minutes. But we're gonna see a lot of each other this semester. I'm not worried about that. But I want to get to know all of you the way that I got to know the people that I went to Indianapolis with. Like, we're working together. Everybody has I want you to be successful because to me, that means belonging. I am colorblind. I am 100% like I lived in Kansas City for 10 years, man. I grew up around everybody, like different backgrounds, you name it. And to see all of the people come together, like at this school and outside of the school, even, and just that to me is belonging. People respecting what I have to say because I give them the same respect.
Absolutely. All right. Ayman, all right, is it okay if you go next? I see you on the screen.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's a great question. For me, belonging is like just an environment where I can feel freely to express myself, to express my idea and my thought, and feel like respected and appreciated for who I am. That's what mean to me.
Yeah, absolutely. That's great. Nadine, are you all good?
For me,
Perfect.
belonging means that the people I'm there with, I know I can depend on them, and I feel comfortable to like share my ideas, and they understand where I'm coming from, and I understand where they're coming from, and just that connection.
Yeah, absolutely. Is anybody else
Need Evan.
online? Evan? Would you like to go?
Evan, we're unable to hear you.
You're muted.
No, he's not. He's actually not.
Oh.
He's not muted. It's not picking up a camera, a mic.
If you'd like, you could share it by chat.
You can throw it in the chat too.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, no, that's great. At least,
Yeah, while he types that up, do you want to tell us what belonging
Yeah,
means to you,
Cole.
Cole?
Oh, you were gonna give me?
You are part of the
See,
team.
I know. So my opinion, I mean, much like what y'all said, the way that I view belonging is also based on what you all as the students are dictating. That's just been my job forever, is letting the students dictate what is the environment that they want to see. One part of belonging that I think is important is being able to support individuals, but also challenge. Because I think belonging also means you have to have personal growth and development. And so being able to support somebody, especially when we get to points like if I talk with many of y'all, like I love differing viewpoints. I just think it's fun to talk about. But being able to be like, okay, mention this, push back a little bit, not because I disagree, but because I really want to focus like, okay, you see this point, like how can I support you more if this is your viewpoint? And if I provide this opposing viewpoint, what's a way that I can help you grow as well? Because I do believe that just saying, hey, I'm going to support you is great, but it's also just on its face, it's what I would hope would be more human nature. So really pushing somebody and growing and developing, I think, is a big part of what I believe belonging in is as well, because you should always be growing and developing.
right, absolutely, 100%.
That's why he's our advisor, guys.
All right, Evan's still working on typing his up, so
No worries.
I'll read Evan's once he oh, here it is. For me, the best definition of belonging is when you can portray your best authentic self without the fear of persecution or maltreatment by others.
Absolutely, 100%. That's definitely where I come from. I would say in terms of just my background, I'm so used to just being in a spot where being just there's harassment or discrimination going on regarding either my sexual orientation or my gender or my identity. And it's a hard spot to be in, but there are many students having to go through that. So I'm gonna just kind of piggyback off of that. My main takeaway for this kind of exercise, this was supposed to be thought-provoking in terms of just what belonging looks like to you. So how can we implement that? Like we have this ideal just image of belonging, what it looks like to us. How can we implement that to allow students to feel like they belong here as they're coming into METC either for the first time or on the back end, they're about to graduate, next semester in the spring, how can we make them feel like they belong? And how can we start off strong this coming September as we're getting into our first semester together? How can we maintain that? Just something that you can definitely think about, reflect, and put into your work as you go on. But thank you so much for taking the time to go ahead and just share with me and share with all of us.
Let's give our Vice President a round of applause. Good job. And
Thank you,
with that,
Corey.
we're gonna.
Thank you, John.
Thank you, John. All right. And do you mind if I call you Senator John?
Oh, that is perfect.
Okay.
Right on.
We're gonna move to disclosures and recusals. At this moment in time, I would open up the floor if anybody has anything they'd like to disclose or recuse themselves from. Okay. Who had their hand up? Okay, Senator Larson.
I just wanted to let, all of these senators know that I accepted a position as a peer health, educator, with the PHC organization. I'm looking forward to that role and hopefully, I can, yeah, I just wanted to let everyone know that.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I would
Vice
also,
President Surtson.
yeah, I would also disclose that I have taken up a peer health educator role as well with PHC. So, yeah, I obviously would recuse myself from anything regarding, say, a pantry or like anything regarding to Denise Holland, what do you call it? Denise Holland's like business. I would recuse myself because obviously there's a bias there. So.
So, no. Okay, Vice President Burt.
Yeah, I just need to recuse myself from the WSG governor position. We talked about this at the executive committee meeting. And so we'll talk about that more under new business. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice President Burt. Is there anybody else on the floor or online that would like to recuse themselves?
I'm confused, but I just wanted to say that for the past couple of weeks, I've been working with Phi Theta Kappa here.
Okay.
And we've been forming like a leadership program workshop kind of thing. I'm talking to Nicole about that too, and we're looking to bring that in front of here in a couple of weeks.
Okay, yeah, definitely keep me and Colin on the loop and we'll make sure we get that part of the agenda.
I've been asked that question. If this is something within the campus that we're talking about, or is this like an actual organization? Evan, are you clarifying what was previously said or just what we're talking about right now? Shaking your head for what we're talking about right now.
First or second?
Oh, he's typing.
Thank you. Hey. All eyes on the chat.
When we're talking about accepting a position. So yes, they're talking about when accepting a position that's specifically within campus that could, I guess, technically show up or play a role within something Senate does. So yeah, I wouldn't say not necessarily, it's like, if you have a job on campus, that's great. But I guess specifically if it falls under student life or something that we deal with on a regular, semi-regular basis, that could reasonably be seen as having some process we have to follow, would be what you're recusing yourself from, or bill or resolution. Cool, awesome.
All right. Nothing, nobody else?
Nope, you're good to go.
Yes, okay, we're good online. We're gonna move on down to reports of officers, advisors, standing committees. And I will go ahead and start with my report, the executive council. We did meet the executive council and we had a new member come halfway through our meeting. He's the vice president. It was a very good meeting, an informative meeting. We've come up with a plan how to implement our agenda, how to email our agenda. There might have been a hiccup, but that will not be repeated next week. There is a way that we're gonna roll it out. And we're looping Cole in. I am kind of taking a more of a supervisor role when it comes to getting this agenda put together. But we are gonna go ahead with that. And that's kind of the big thing that came out of the ET meeting. I did have a one-on-one meeting with Advisor Cole. We spoke about some topics of interest that we're gonna further discover and get into without getting into details. And then, we had to correct the email sending out the location today's in the health building. This will be the last meeting in the health buildings, and all the rest of our meetings will be back into the main Truex building. Other than that, that's what I have for our report. Does anybody have any questions or comments or concerns for me?
I would just like to comment that, while we will be in the main Truex building, you'll be in a different room than the one we've been meeting in.
Still well noted. Good. We'll make sure that that gets reflected upon the email to send out.
Do you know the new room number?
All does.
You'll give me C-2455. So it'll be in everything we send out. It'll be on the agenda. You know where C-2402 is? It's on the other hallway that connects to 2402.
It's like right around the corner.
Yeah, pretty much right around the corner. Yeah, they have additional math classes that are happening next fall, and they're taking up that entire area from about 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. So we'll be moving to a new room, at least for the fall. Maybe we can get C-2402 back in the spring.
So, well, that's good, that they're getting more math classes, more people are coming in and, larger volume. That's good. Anybody else have any questions or comments or concerns for me online?
Sad to lose our room for now.
We'll see what we can do to get our old room back. Okay. Well, we're gonna move on down to Administrative and Finance Committee, VP Mattson. You have
Yes,
a report for us?
yes, I have a report. First, as usual, on Thursdays, we are more than halfway through the work week. So please make sure you know what you're doing for your office hours. Almost everybody has been doing and logging office hours well. And I'm touching base with a few people who've struggled. I talked to Cole about this earlier. We talked about maybe even doing like a demonstration if people are struggling to get in. I think that's like, we didn't talk about this anymore. I think that's not necessary because almost everyone has like, most of the issues were like individual bugs. But no, bugs are still being worked out. So if you have something, please let me know and we'll figure it out together. And I wanted to bring up a thought I've had a few times when talking to people. When I talked to someone who's interested in Wisconsin student governor, WSG governor of Madison College, as well as someone who is interested in one of the coordinator positions. And it came to my mind again after we spoke with Dr. Byrne. So one of the main things I took away is that she said, and she demonstrated as well, that she really wanted student input, but we pressed her a little bit and she didn't really have anything to say of how is she getting student input aside from, well, she's coming to Senate and she'll be back here in a month or two, I think. That kind of clicked for me, this is the main role of Senate here. We're here to represent the students for administration. We talk to administration and tell them what students need. If they're not getting it, then we make a racket. And this comes before anything else we do. And this feels like something I can't overstate, that if we are not representing student interests, then the new president is going to be misinformed or uninformed. Our work goes beyond our own interests or preferences. This is just a really crucial role in the whole college and the whole system of government. So I wanted to share this and remind myself of this and ask that you all keep it in mind as well. When we're performing Senate duties, we need to step out of our own shoes, leave some of our own thoughts at the door, because the work we do here is not just about us. The work we do at Senate is bigger than any of us. That's all. That's my report. Thank you.
Any questions, comments, concerns for VP Mattson in person or online? Senator Crowder, you have your hand up and I'll call upon you.
I remember Dr. Burns mentioning the 100 conversations, but I've also seen communication of where groups or entities can schedule a meeting with her. So I don't know if we want to make sure we get in before those 100 conversations are over, to give some additional context of from, for example, from Ari's information. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Last name.
Yeah, we'll see.
Nicholas.
See, that's all.
No, you're
Okay.
good.
VPR. So I just wanted to throw that out there since you mentioned it.
Yeah, maybe we should schedule, or maybe we should divide and maybe committees could go in and speak into this.
Yeah, actually about that, I already planned and had,
Are you done with your thought?
Yeah.
I had, adding on to it, I've already talked to a couple senators here, about meeting with Dr. Byrne is in a smaller group, so that we can have a more direct time to speak with her about maybe some of the issues some of the things Student Senate will want to work on her with. And so I've been already talked to some of the senators here about people that would be interested in that. So I am planning to schedule a time to be a part of those 100 conversations. So I guess if you're interested in meeting with her and some other people from Senate, reach out to me and I will make sure that you're included on when that time is.
Thank you so much, VP, all right, we're gonna go ahead and Senator John, you go ahead and have the floor now. You can hear us.
I just wanted to say thank you for pointing that out and thank you for the reminder that this is bigger than all of us. And yeah, thank you for that, Vice President.
You're welcome, John.
Is there any other questions, comments, concerns that we have for VP Madison? Okay, thank you. That was a very informative report. Look forward to hearing about those conversations you guys had with the president. Oh, Senator Crowder, I apologize.
It's more maybe for Ari, VP Ari, sorry. Can we figure out how we're gonna get our regional voice included?
Yeah, so, obviously we have
Right.
Furkan and Bethany will soon be, regional
I
ones.
was thinking more about your, survey.
Yep,
Make sure that we're getting it sent, asking the managers to send it out to maybe their new students as well.
okay, yeah, I actually asked Cole, because this is something that we brought up at PR, so I will talk about that in a second.
We'll
Yeah.
move on and we'll
Yep.
open that up during your.
Yeah.
It just
your
popped
report.
up.
No worries.
All right, so now we'll move on to Rules and Legislative Affairs Committee. VP Burt, you have a report first.
Yeah, real simple. I met with Cole this week. Wasn't sure if I should bring this up, but on Friday, I'm heading to Tampa to participate in the Hackathon 2025 for the VA. I'm selected one of 300 out of 921 for that event. We are brainstorming things like community care access for veterans. Also, I'm receiving AI training. I was showing Ari and President Villarreal here about just the itinerary and some of the tools that they're teaching us. I will bring that information back because I truly believe in empowering people with knowledge. It's always good to get us into a discussion around AI and how we're going to integrate how we communicate with the regional campuses and all that, which is kind of a big push right now. Okay, there was a question. Anyway, where I was going with that, which is very simple, is that we realize that our regional campuses need help too. And we want to get out there and table. Since this next bill's coming up about tabling, I plan to travel to all the campuses and create sort of a meet and greet tabling style. And what we want to do is we want to speak for this bill. We want to know exactly what it is that we want people to support. And most of all, we also want our student body to know that we have a voice, that we're here for you. And so when we're doing these tabling sessions, let's just make sure that our the people we represent are being seen and heard. And last, just coming up, we had the executive committee meeting last week. We really ironed out a tough situation and made it work, and it's going to work. And also, I'm going to leave with this. We're talking about today about Corey Sturzel's new position with team development. I want to share with you this from a professor who had a deep impact on me. She's an amazing corporate communication professor. She said that there's the 5 stages of team development: forming, storming, norming, performing, and adjourning. And when we're doing things, we should always be thinking about how are we going to move our student senate forward so that eventually we're going to adjourn. Well, right now we're in the storming phase over this WSG governor. We had, we as a team just got done working through some conflict. So now we really know where each other is at. So now we get to get into the norming phase. So what that's going to be is now coming up with the recusal and the new business stuff. We're going to talk more about, in the event when you apply for something, what's the proper procedure to undo yourself and dismiss yourself from that. And very simply, a conflict of interest can recuse you from any application you've applied for. That's all I got. Thank you.
All right, that was very informative from our Rules and Legislative Affairs Vice President Burt. Congratulations on being picked and going to Tampa. All right, and hopefully we hear some good stuff. When you come back, it seems like it's going to be some really good information.
Yep.
And with that, I will open up the floor for comments, concerns, or questions for VP Burt in the room and online. Senator Crowder, did you have your hand raised? That was happening. Okay. Well, I'll go ahead and start off, Vice President Burt. Yeah, this tabling sounds, I like it, that you have a plan to go to all the regional campuses. You want to spread the awareness of what Student Senate does and what we can do, and that we're here. So, hopefully with this bill, we can get some more wording and we can start signing up.
Yeah, for
Thank
sure.
you so much for that.
Yeah, thank you.
Now I'm gonna go ahead and move on now down the line to our new Vice President of Team Development. You have a report for us?
Yes, I do. So as many of you know, I've been contacting you via Teams. If you haven't gotten back to me via Teams, I'm going to email you. But I am trying to contact you to connect with you one-on-one. As much as I love seeing all your lovely faces here, I want to connect with you individually to just see how I can help you get more comfortable in your role and just see how things are going. And it varies depending on your support. So pick a time that's comfortable for you throughout the fall as well. So I'll share with you my availability if I haven't already, but go ahead and get back to me when you can. But other than that, though, I sat in on the executive council meeting for the first time. Sincerest apologies for missing. But I also sat in on public relations committee yesterday. Yes, it was very, very helpful, and I look forward to connecting with you more.
All right. Nice, thank you. Was there any comments or questions or?
I'll have a quick comment.
Yeah.
I would just like to say I actually had that one-on-one meeting with Corey earlier before this, and I will say it was definitely worth it. I felt like I got to understand how he plans to use the role of team development. And I now believe that he truly understands what that role is for and how to use it properly. So I could not recommend highly enough that you do have that meeting with him.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Awesome.
Very flattered.
Anybody else? Online or in person? Okay, well, I have a couple comments for you. First, we would have excused you. It was your first meeting.
Yes.
Thank you for coming and thank you for sharing. Thanks for the exercise that we did today. It was very informative. I think it helped us out a lot, kind of get outside the box and bring our own perspective of what a word means to us. So, hopefully we see more of that to come.
Yeah.
Thank you and appreciate it. All right, so we're gonna go down now to VP Nichols of Public Relations Committee.
Yeah, so as Corey said, PR met yesterday and we actually got quite a lot done. So, first things first, Senator John will be reaching out soon, hopefully, just trying to collect a bit of information about you guys to put on posters that we're going to be called I Am Your Senators. So these will just be simple introductory posters that will have some personal information about you so that students feel that they are able to better connect with Student Senate. As well as we are going to move forward with trying to get all senators and VPs to speak on the Clarion radio at least once this year. And so Ashley is going to work on developing some topics and questions to be addressed so that we actually, have something to talk about during that. So if you have anything that you would like to specifically address during that time, please email her and she will make sure to sort of organize that so that we can then approach Clarion and say, hey, this is what we have to talk about and this is what we would like to talk about. As well, I'm going to be discussing with Barbara Gray soon about some more Student Senate involvement with some of the things that she is doing, just to help, sort of get our name out there and making sure that we're truly supporting the community. As well, we are now moving forward with reactivating the social medias that Student Senate has. Bethany Bauer is going to be doing the Facebook, as well as we're still waiting to be able to access the X, formerly Twitter, as we need the Senate email to get into that. And then the Instagram needs to be cleaned up a bit before we actually start using it. As well as to address what you brought up earlier, I did ask Cole at one point to give me the regional campus manager like emails and stuff so that public relations is able to reach out to them, not only for collaboration with them and the regional campuses, but for things like getting that survey out there and making sure that we're not only just reaching people at Truex, but at all the campuses.
Very informative, very detailed oriented report there. I guess the first questions that I have for you is, have you gotten those emails?
For the campus managers, I have not. I did ask for them, but I have not received them yet.
See if I can help you with that. We'll get with Cole and we'll see what it is that we are gonna send them. Re-advise what it is, the message that we want to come up with. So let's go ahead and, see if we can meet with Cole and come with iron something out. And then Sandra Crowder, you want to go ahead? Yeah. sure.
I can't think of her name right now, but I can find it in my email eventually. The VP of the regional campuses is very supportive of our work. I've seen her a number of times outside of the campus.
Shauna?
Yes, she would definitely, because she's over the
Right.
manager, she would definitely be very encouraging.
Perfect. Yeah, if you can give me that email, then I will also reach out to her. I love sending people emails now, apparently. It's my favorite pastime.
Does anybody else have any questions, comments, or concerns for VP Nichols? Online or in person? Hearing none. Want to thank you for that report.
Yeah.
Thank you for all the story.
Yeah. Can't wait to talk again in like 12 minutes about student affairs.
We'll circle back to you quick. Right? But to the start of the show, our advisor Cole, do you have a report for us?
Yeah, so Dr. Byrne reached back out to me. I appreciate you all in terms of, when she came to Senate, hearing from y'all. So, look forward to having her back. We are getting ready to schedule all the president cabinet for attending student Senate. Our first one most likely will be Dr. Tim Casper, who's our executive vice president for student affairs. He'll be coming September 4th. You all don't have to worry about that. I coordinate with all of them and all their executive assistants. I think the only thing that I had in mind was just to, one, continue to respond if you want to attend the WSG trip in October. That due date is whenever I said it was, because it's all slipping my mind right now.
Okay.
And lastly, I'll be sending out information here soon to gauge any interest for individuals who want to attend the Campus Fun Days. Those would count for your office hours, as well as the two that are going to be held in Madison here at the Truex campus and the Goodman South campus, as well as our 9/11 Memorial event. We'll be getting signed up for that, just so we have times for folks who can either participate or help plant the flags. I think besides that, that's all I have. Anyone have questions for me?
In the room?
Did you say, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, we'll get you in right after VP Madsen.
Just a comment. I think you've told me that earlier is better for signing up for travel.
Yep.
Just so you can get seats allotted.
Sure.
So like people who are eyeing up a WSG position, you might want to sign up soon.
And again, this one, I'm more pushing because I have to schedule hotels. Make sure we have enough travel and stuff, because there should be no cost to you besides the one dinner that we're gonna do that you'll end up being reimbursed for. So, hard deadline, because I gotta get a bunch of other stuff situated with it. The other ones that will happen throughout the year, much more tame because we're a one-day trip. John, what's you got for me?
Oh, I was just, you said it was a 9/11 memorial?
Yes, so it's been done by multiple different organizations since, I don't know when it started. It fell to Senate about 3 years ago. And so we have continued with it, with planting the flags in the student plaza out in the front here. It used to be much more engaged, especially with folks over in HPS, Human Protective Services Building, but has since kind of changed. So this year we are for sure committed to doing so. However, to the future, we are looking to see what else can be done or what else should be done, because we're the only organization kind of taking the run with it. We obviously invite others to participate.
Okay.
We're also in a day and age where we have to think about how we're going to provide this to individuals so that they have the understanding, and it's not just someone walks by and sees a flag, because there is no understanding of what is behind that and what we're trying to do there. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. Anybody else have any questions or comments or concerns for our advisor, Cole? Okay, thank you for your report. Seeing none, we're going to go ahead and move along to reports from special from special and select committees, and we'll start with the Student Activity Board, Pete Manson.
Yes, the student activities. Give me just a second. Get to my notes.
SAB is a report that I would usually go ahead and give you, but VP Manson was able to step in to this report today. I had a dentist appointment to clean my teeth. They are booked until February, so it's definitely.
You're talking about college assembly?
College assembly, that's okay.
Okay,
Yep.
okay, cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
College assembly, we discussed a few things, including all the beginning of the semester event that you may or may not know are being held. There'll be college assembly / shared governance trivia held in one room. There will be there'll be a handful of other things that college assembly is not planning, but that we're taking part in. These are the fun days and community days that we've all kind of been talking about, that kind of everything in student life is all about right now. Another topic we touched on in college assembly is interest-based problem solving and its utility as a conversation or negotiation strategy between faculty and administration. If I understood right, I'm still kind of being brought up to speed, so I apologize. But just kind of discussing the protocols that we go about, or that administration goes about, in bridging gaps between different groups here at the college, and whether those should be updated, or if they're being really utilized. Kind of, it still feels like things above my pay grade, but no longer. Yeah, I look forward to taking more part in these conversations and updating you more as I come to understand more.
Thank you very much, VP Manson. Did you have anything else for the college assembly?
No, but it does look like I have a question or comment.
Got a question or
I
comment?
was gonna say the interest-based problem solving, that's actually something that we could do as a group, for training, just a thought for, VP, in development. I don't know exactly how we get access to it, but I know I've done it, it's been a while with one of the shared governance committees, so to give us a leg up on understanding it better too.
Yeah.
And then the other question I had, was there any policy that was brought forward and referenced at the meeting?
In reference to interest-based policy?
Just any policy or anything that they were,
No, I don't believe so. I admit I'm not super prepared in this report.
No.
I'll check back at my notes and I'll let you know if there was any policy,
okay.
but I don't believe so.
And the reason why I'm asking is because I was told by Dr. Casper that they were gonna either be discussing at a college assembly about the disability stuff that I proposed, or at student affairs, but I have college assembly stuck in my brain.
Yeah, I don't think we touched on any disability stuff, but I
Okay.
can.
So it
I
just
can-
may be a later
I'll go
time.
through the transcripts and I'll find out for you.
Thank you.
And then,
Yeah, I had a quick comment actually also about interest-based problem solving, because I also had to do that training for student affairs. The main thing is like it's supposed to allow everyone to like communicate on an equal level, not feel that there's a power disparity. I think that is a somewhat helpful training. You should be able to access it through Workday, the same way you would access any other employee training. And I do think that it would be worthwhile. There's an online course that's very quick, maybe about 10 minutes at most, if you're really, rereading everything. So if you have a chance, go through that. I'm also sure that is something that could, it won't take very long, but that's also something that could count as office hours.
They count for office hours, Advisor Cole?
With training, sure.
And then you can access that on Workday?
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Any questions, comments, concerns online, VP Manson, regarding college assembly? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and point out for the record that I had, VP Manson, give a college assembly report, which is usually given at the end of the meeting, but we're gonna go ahead and switch that out and you'll give your, student activity board report at the end of the meeting, if you're fine with that.
Yeah, and to follow up, disability policy was not on the agenda and I'm pretty sure was not discussed.
Awesome. Check that. It looks good. Is that good? So now we'll move on to textbook affordability committee, and this is by Senator Sharafuddin. Did I pronounce that correctly?
Yeah, Sharafuddin.
Sharafuddin. The floor is yours, bud. Do you have a report for us?
No, I was just planning to do the presentation, but I just have to know like when I should do it. Like, is there any time frame that I can do it? Maybe on the next assembly to give a presentation.
It's good to give his presentation.
Sure, they haven't met yet. Yeah, so what you're about to get into, because we just placed individuals into these committees, many of them haven't met yet. It's like student affairs met for the first
Yeah.
time today. I don't know if finance council or the other councils have met yet.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
just something to be aware of as you go through these. Yeah, if you want to set up a time to give a presentation, 100% do so. Just reach out to
Somebody on the E team.
somebody in the executive team. We can definitely do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so given with a lot of these committees that aren't like the regionals, just be advised that there may not be much report to, we're just about to start.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, and I have a last question. Do I have a team or just by myself on the textbook?
You're a part of a team. The individual who chairs it is Holly Deering, who oversees the bookstore. She does have
Yeah.
your contact information, so she'll be reaching out to you in the future here, with the invite to attend, which right now I think is scheduled for Mondays.
I love to hear anything about them. Just, I would love if they can contact me through my email so I can get contact with them so we can
Yep.
discuss about textbook and stuff like that.
Yep, not a problem.
You might
All right.
also want to reach out and teach them.
All right,
Team-
thank you.
Yep.
All right. And then we'll move on to student parent support group that is vacant. Am I correct on that? Is that to
I
the?
don't think that can be a thing anymore.
I would
Senator Craig?
recommend removing it from the agenda in the future. There technically is not a committee. We've already done our proposal submission, and it's in the works of getting to college assembly. And I haven't heard anything back, and they said that they'll let us know, what happens at college assembly and if we're gonna meet briefly to do any revisions.
Okay.
But nothing's changed.
No, we're just getting that tape.
Sounds good.
Next executive committee meeting.
All right. Thank
If
you.
you like, I can make a motion to table it from the
Yeah.
agenda permanent.
I'd entertain a motion to table it.
I'll make a motion to table it.
I'll second that.
Second, Ari Nichols. Okay. And I open up for discussion here in the room or online, and hearing none, I will vote by unanimous decision in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Motion carries. Student parent support group is off the select committees. We will go to inclusion and belonging coordinator. That is also vacant.
It's just gonna be, until we appoint somebody, there won't be, so you can just move to the next.
Public safety advisory committee. That is from our Vice President Burt.
So working on that stalker PSA for Clarion Radio, and I'm gonna try to make a video, something that Cole and I collaborated on. And, also we're gonna add PSAC to the tabling when I go around the regional campuses. And I would really like to get to meet all the, public safety representatives at each campus. So there's a lot of work to do. I'm gonna get it done.
All right, thank you. VP Burt. We'll open up the floor to comments, concerns, or questions for VP Burt in the room or online. All right, seeing none. Thank you. That was very good report. We're going to move on down to reports from regional and metro campuses. We will start with Reedsburg, Senator Sindar.
So thanks to Cole, I have a chance to meet with Reedsburg campus manager Spencer Linda. She's a great person. We talk about the game plan for campuses and how we can involve the student body. First, I want to report to you, they are planning for spring second ambulance simulator. As I told you 2 months ago, I think we are planning to do this for spring season. And they are planning for 2 new nursing lamp, which they call lamp as person's body, but not real. And they are planning to expanding and updating simulation area they have. And after next spring to summer to fall, they will expand building they have. And I think inside interior also gonna change in this building. And they invite me campus fun day. They have every month campus fun day and we talk about the involvement. She told me about the students are not mostly using feedback box we have for them. And I just want to bring that here and ask your idea, how can we make student body to use feedback box so they can communicate with them through that feedback box? Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions or comments, concerns for Senator Sindar here in person or online?
Can we reach out to you?
VP Mattson and then Senator John, I'll have you next.
We reach out to you if we think of something at a later time.
Okay,
Instead of,
thank
instead
you.
of trying to figure it out right
This work
now.
for me, yeah.
Yes, nice, okay. Senator John, floor is yours.
Yes, please keep me in the loop as much as possible with that. It would like, maybe we can do something at Portage campus as well.
Yep.
Thank you so much for that report. We're gonna skip over Watertown campus because that is vacant. And we're gonna go back to you, John, Portage Senator, Senator John McRae. Did I say that correctly this time?
Yes, it's McCrae. Yes, it's all good.
McRae.
Yeah, just put your tongue on the roof of your mouth and you'll get it. McCrae.
Okay.
All right,
Great.
thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Jose. I do not have my laptop. I had, and I don't have access to my files, but I did have some notes that I wanted to give during this report. But we have Wolfpack Welcome on Monday. I have a few slides up on the. I'll have a few slides up there. We got a couple more events. I'm going to talk to Pang this week. This is coming up. She's got some things she's doing with PAC. And, but yeah, we're all set to start September 2nd.
Nice.
That's all I got.
Thank you, Senator McRae. Thank you so much, Senator McRae. Is there any questions, comments, concerns for him that anybody wants to bring up right now, in person or online? Okay. Thank you very much. We're gonna skip over Fort Atkinson, that is vacant, and we're gonna Goodman South. Is that a report that we're looking into, Supervisor Cole?
Bethany give one if she has one. Since she's
Yeah,
been
we
in
can
South.
defer. Do you have any information on what's going on at Goodman South?
Or just maybe a general idea of what, what for us to expect from your reports?
I haven't spoken with anyone there yet, just because I haven't officially taken on the role. So I don't necessarily have a report. I just know that we're getting ready for classes as the rest.
No problem.
All right, that's an important in itself. I'll take it. Thank you so much. We will now move to back to Quinn for Student Activities Board report there.
I have a minimalist report. We have
Okay.
not met since I last spoke about SAB.
Understood.
That concludes my report.
Is there a meeting lined up?
Not that I've been made aware of, although I know the day of week and time because it is written into the bylaws of SAB that we meet at 1:30 on Fridays.
Understood.
But I'll keep you in the loop. I'll let you know when we have our first meeting scheduled.
Thank you very much.
Sorry, could you lend me your voice for SAB?
What?
SAB, could you lend me your voice?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I talked to Scarlett. She said the first meeting will be September 26th, and then it'll meet every 2 weeks.
That's great to know.
So I'll send you what she said.
Yeah, 26. Okay, yeah, I'd really appreciate that. Thank you, Annette.
All right, does anybody have any questions?
And I don't want to talk more because I wanted to-
Senator Sanchez.
For the Student Activities Board, Phi Theta Kappa, I'm the alternate, so I do have the full list if you wanted.
Okay.
Like of the times,
All
dates,
dates.
everything.
I just want to put out there is, there will be, one more meeting for SAB to come together to finalize what they're going to cover for this year. That information will be made available to y'all, but that'll be with Jose and Quinn being present, as Jose is co-chairing and then Quinn is our primary. And that serves as our, alternate, but there will be one more meeting before then. So you'll have additional information before that day comes for the 26th.
All right.
you'll have it. I talked with Ellie about it because I asked if there was going to be another meeting before school started. She's working on it.
Okay, cool. Cool. I'll keep an eye out.
Okay, so we'll go to, are we good? Does anybody have any other lingering questions, comments, concerns? We'll go to academic council, Senator Batuga.
I have not been contacted by them yet. I don't think they've met yet.
Okay. Do you have a date, coming up?
What was that?
There should have been no communication.
No communication,
So probably not
okay.
yet, no.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. Does anybody have any questions? In person or online? Okay, seeing none, we're gonna move on. Thank you so much for that. Facilities Planning and Investment Council, Senator Sullivan Richards. What do you got for us, Evan? Oh,
Still can't hear you, bud.
Still got audio problems. Did you want to give your report typed up and we can circle back to you for questions after Student Affairs Council?
You just gave a thumbs up.
Okay. We're gonna go to Finance Council, Senator Larson.
Mhm.
Do you have a report for us?
Currently I have, not been contacted by Finance Council. I'm not quite sure if they, when they will be meeting, but I will find that out, after this meeting.
Thank you so much for that. Does anybody have any questions for Senator Larson? In person
Can I
or
just make a
online?
point quick? For many of y'all who are on councils, if you haven't been contacted yet, if you haven't heard by next week, you can let me know. Kim Brudney, who oversees this whole process, was given all your contact information and it was passed along to the council's folks. So, if you haven't heard anything by next week, let me know. But your information is out there and has been sent to the chairs of said committees.
Good. Thank you for that, Advisor Cole. Any other questions? You see none? I'm gonna go to Information Technology Council. Senator John, we're back to you. Yeah, go ahead. You finish up that, what you got eaten there and then unmute yourself and
It is.
we'll go to,
Hold on, he's off mute now. Go ahead, John.
Bethany reached out to me. I think her name is Bethany. I'm sorry. She reached out to me. We have not met yet.
Everyone's looking at me.
No, not you, Senator Bauer. Sorry.
It's okay.
She had reached out to me, so we have not met yet.
sounds good. Thank you, Senator John. Seems like
Thank
a
you.
recurrent theme that just happened, official contact hasn't been made yet, right, Advisor Cole?
Yeah, minus Student Affairs Council, which VP Nichols will update y'all on.
Now
Thank
we
you.
can go ahead to, thank you. We'll go to Sullivan, we'll go to Senator Evans's report. He's going to be completely honest, guys. He doesn't have much of an update. I haven't really had any emails pertaining to my committee, so I really can't fill you in much. Hey, that's something. I'll take that. Thank you, Senator Evans, for filling us in. Does anybody have any questions for him? Online or in person?
Not a question, just, the only thing, I haven't seen any emails either. There's just that meeting that's coming up, and did I respond to you, Quinn? They said that you could come to the,
Yes, yes, awesome. How are you finding out about these before I am?
well, because I'm the one who sent her the message asking if you were able to attend.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was thinking about SAB, not Epic, but yes, thank you.
Oh, I didn't find out because I have allergy shots on Fridays, so I needed to adjust those times.
Okay.
I just sent you a message saying that, because I didn't want you to think I was gonna overstep.
I wouldn't take it like that, but thank you.
We're gonna move on. If there's no other questions or comments, we're gonna move on to Student Affairs Council with VP Nichols.
Yeah, so Student Affairs did meet this morning, and it was great to finally, get that started. It was also great. Senator Nadeem was also there representing PTK, and then obviously Cole was there for the first half of it. As for what was covered, Student Affairs has decided to place a strong emphasis on student mental health this year, and really going to try to tackle that and ensuring, that mental health services and strong mental health is is in the forefront of like their goals this year. As well as they do plan to collaborate with us at some point for student alumni and sort of figuring out how that will look. They are working to provide more translations into more diverse languages to reduce the need for Google Translate. And then also there is strong effort being made to involve more regional and online students and to actually revise the language, to stop using the term regional campuses when it comes to those campuses outside of Madison, simply because that is seen as exclusive and sort of making them an other. So there's also been talk about how to refer to them in a way that isn't, exclusionary to them. That concludes my report.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
In the meantime, to figure this out, any questions for VP Nichols at all?
In person or online?
We have nothing in the chat. I just want to say I'm glad that that was brought up. That's not something I would have thought of, but it totally makes sense. I'd hate to be just a regional student.
Yeah.
Not a regular student, just a
Right.
regional. Yeah. Glad it's being discussed.
Senator Grubb?
Could you ask if we could get a seat on the work group that they're talking about?
That's actually an amazing point.
I feel like coming to us after you have a work group without us there.
So funnily enough, that was actually brought up. They want a student rep on that work group. And so, they want a student rep on that work group. So I did reach out to them, asking to be a part of that. And I will also make sure to reach out and see if we can get a student, Senate member to be a part of that as well.
I would be very interested.
Yes.
since I'm here.
Of course, yeah, especially since, we are a lot of like the interaction with students, so it would be helpful, especially if they're trying to, make policies and work on student mental health. So I will make sure to get that put into the teams and make sure that gets sent out to you as an email. Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to make a comment. I just also want to thank you for bringing this issue, like mental health, and you already talked with Vice President Ari earlier about the mental health. I believe as a Senate, we will fix all the concern student body have. We will find solution for them, but until we find solution, I believe keep their mental healthy, it's great, and help them for their mental health, our mental health, it's gonna be great. Thank you for that.
Yeah, and it was actually, for me personally as well, it was actually really relieving to see that not only does Student Affairs want to work with Student Senate, like they, brought that up without even me having to say anything, but that the goals of sort of trying to, reach out to those regional campuses as well as improve student mental health really aligns with what we're trying to do this year. So I, even only having one meeting, I'm confident that Student Affairs will not only be a great ally in what we try to do this year, but will also be an amazing resource in helping forward our sort of resolutions and agendas that we want to get done this year.
Take some teeth into the bite.
Yeah.
I like it. Anybody have any other questions, comments, concerns from VPR? Online or in person? Okay, so we're gonna skip over unfinished business because there is none. And for new business, I would entertain a motion to table A, C, and D. If there is a motion, we will entertain it. Issue B, we don't think it will take too long, and we would like to fill that position up since there is only one applicant for it as of today. So with that being said, I would open it up for discussion.
Do you want me to introduce this right now?
You'd like to introduce that, yeah.
Okay. Should I?
Okay, time for discussion.
Real quick, super fast. As far as this goes with this WSG candidacy, item A, I'm rescinding my nomination as it states in the past agenda. Retracting my application. And also I would like to redact as the communications coordinator when we get to that point. How these transactions took place, just make sure that it's on paper. And then I will amend at that point as Vice President of Legislative Affairs in my report in that meeting after we finish this tabling exactly what went down and what we're gonna do next. what we have for this situation right now is, I believe we have one withdrawn, one recusal for conflict of interest. So that just puts Searle and I believe Senator Sindar in that position. So from what I understand with my meeting with Cole, that's basically how we're gonna do it. We're gonna put those two in that position and move forward, just to keep the wheels moving. So it's all about advancing the team. This is a big ship. We're moving this ship forward. We want to have it up and running by the first semester, running efficiently. And so by doing this, we're just really simply gonna put it all on paper and I'll take care of it. That's all I got. Thanks.
I would like to say about like as for discussion, with tabling those, I would prefer if we did not table the bill in the ad hoc committee, simply because I feel as if we are going to start to table things because we are running out of time, then we will simply continue to pile things up in the future. And then we will continue to run into the same problem of really delaying things, as well as the ad hoc committee really just needs to be presented so that we can say, hey, we're starting this, and if you're interested in sharing, you can, as well as the bill needs to be presented a week before we actually vote on it. So if we're able to present that now, then we make sure that we can have that bill done by the next time we meet, so that then for the incoming year, we're able to actually get that up and running early into the year.
Supervisor Cole?
Yeah,
Comment?
so to give y'all what you can, an option that you have, is that because our next meeting on the 4th most likely is going to have Dr. Casper, much like we treated with Dr. Byrne, will not have the extent of reports that we had like when Dr. Byrne was here, opening up that time. So, for some of these instances, as mentioned by VP Nichols, I appreciate that. But one thing you can rectify with that is that because it'll be much shorter, like a business only meeting, you will have more time to address those things if you find that there are things that can wait till that point. Just want to put that out there for y'all, because we do have the ability to modify the agenda when we are creating it, as long as, we have the designated things that we approve of the minutes agenda and so on and so forth. So just stuff to consider. And then, yeah.
Thank you, Supervisor Cole. Senator Crowder?
So a couple questions, and I probably need clarification from someone. Can we read a bill without having quorum? Because at 6:30, anyone who needs to leave can leave, and that extra time usually counts as,
We can extend the meeting.
we can extend the meeting, yes, but
But if people need to leave and they leave,
But
and
we
we
still
still
have
have for quorum,
so I'm wondering
can we
if,
read the bill, introduce and read the bill?
Yeah, no, executive committee today.
I think
but we have to have enough, we need to have.
We need 7.
7? Okay.
You need 7 senators and 3 executives to meet quorum based upon.
Okay. You're right, yeah.
Yep.
Because I also would prefer that we introduce the bill.
That's fine.
Just so that when we're ready to vote on it at the next meeting, we can. But that's my 2 cents on it.
No, sure.
I'm just worried about the quorum thing for people who need to go.
we have quorum and we're not in danger of losing it right now. I guess, and we
But
should put it to
according
the.
our I can't remember what it is, but according to whatever rules we went by the last, whatever, at 6:30, anyone who needs to leave can leave without penalty.
Yeah,
Because the requirement is only to be here till 6:30.
so we should put it to the senators and ask if people are okay with staying long enough so that we can present this bill. Because if everyone's gonna flock in like 5 minutes,
Then we should table.
Then we should
We should
table it.
the business.
So
Let's go ahead and put that to a vote.
How long are we extending the meeting? How long is this supposed to take?
So there is no technical motion you make to extend the meeting. It's kind of, if it continues, it continues. A meeting can continue as long as it's under quorum.
Okay.
So,
Just give them a brief on that.
Yeah, what we could do is we could just read the bill and not do the comments right now and have the
Right.
comments come out in
hold
writing.
on, everybody.
With
Hold
the-
tight.
One at a time, everyone.
And it's discussing. So yeah, so Senator Crowder is correct. The bill can be introduced and read, and we can leave it just at that. And then come next meeting, when the bill is reintroduced, any changes, obviously, we identify that, we can enter to a period of discussion before the vote occurs. So yes, that is allowable under our constitution.
VP Mattson.
I would modify your motion to table items such that we're not tabling these items, we're modifying so that the bill is read, but discussion will happen after the meeting by email. We'll talk about things. Is that all right?
Like, we can talk about it at the next meeting.
Or talk
We'll
about it
have
at-
on the
yeah,
agenda.
yeah.
But
It's
we
never-
would
no,
encourage
business.
people to
Yeah.
maybe read the bill
Yeah,
independently after they hear it, and then like I did, send, I don't know if you saw, I sent an email.
and same for the ad hoc committee, have it presented but not discussed, and have discussion under unfinished business. And I would also have the inclusion and belonging coordinator interview remain on the agenda because it will be shorter than planned, and I think filling our vacancies is like important, right?
That's who's going to work.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So that's why we ran long.
I think it'd be fine since inclusion and belonging, since inclusion and belonging doesn't actually need any sort of vote since it's already been approved. Or sorry, not inclusion and belonging, since the ad hoc committee does not require a vote and it just has to, we just have to present it and say, hey, we are not looking for a chair for this. I think that would be fine if we do table that, as long as we get this bill read out now so that we're able to vote on it next week.
Senator Crowder,
Sorry.
it's okay.
I feel bad.
This is,
No, please.
So my other question is in regards to the inclusion and belonging, I thought we voted last semester on a bill or something that allowed us, when there was only one candidate, just to go ahead and vote them in or accept them. And I don't
Find
even
it.
know if we need, the senator here to do that.
Advisory Cole couldn't find it.
Oh,
Definitely, I couldn't. So if you can find
that.
where that was created and Kai put that, I'm down for that. But I looked through it, I couldn't find it for the life of me.
But you remember us?
I remember the conversation, yes,
Did it, okay.
around the time that Andy took over in that role. Yes.
Okay. So I will withdraw my motion and I will tailor a new motion to read the bill 001. Gonna table item D. We're gonna table item A. And we're gonna table item B, or we keep that on the agenda. Maybe we should move to a vote on that because BP Gwen really wants to have that position filled.
But the one person we have for that position is not currently
Not here.
Yeah, she's not.
So
Yeah.
So I think we have to table that.
So,
Table that also?
yeah, so I would say table that.
Committee chair.
And I would say we should leave A on the agenda because that'll be 30 seconds of anyone being nominated.
So
Because we promised today would be the last day of nominations and that it wouldn't be open today.
I would entertain a motion to table B, D, read C, discuss C at our next meeting.
And then you just complete A then.
And complete it.
Okay.
Senator Sanjay,
Yeah. I would second.
VP Madison, seconds. Any dissent, any discussion? Here or online? Seeing none, hearing none, I will vote in unanimous decision in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Motion carries. A is on the agenda, so let's go ahead and get ready to A.
Anyone want to be nominated?
Yeah, so purpose, let me get background just quick, and then yes, it'll be to that. I jumped the gun last week. It wasn't a part of our formal new business, so we couldn't officially open up nominations, albeit we know the individuals who want to run for the position. So this is an official opening nominations for the WSG governor position. It'll be open this week, remain open to our next meeting, in which we will do all the stuff to appoint it at the next meeting. So that's what's happening with this. So yes, nominations are now open. We do need formal nominations, even if you were planning to run before. Right now, we can have it on record. We'll go forward from there.
All right, cool. Then I'll nominate Senator Furkan Sindar, and then I'll also nominate VP Corey Searchel.
So we have to first start with the nomination for,
Sindar, do you accept the nomination?
I accept it.
Understood. So for the record, reflects that VP Ari has nominated Senator Sindar. Senator Sindar has accepted the nomination.
the next is to VP Searchel.
I accept.
VP Searchel accepts. Okay. So for the record, we have Senator Sindar and Vice President Searchel that are in the race for nomination for WSG governor.
That is correct. And so the outcome of this per the bylaws, once you all decide, the person you all elect as the governor will serve as that. The individual who is not selected will serve as the lieutenant governor.
I would like to be
nominated as well if possible.
Yeah, I'll nominate you as well.
So Senator Sanjay has shown interest to be nominated. Senator Larson, would you like to nominate?
I would love to nominate, you.
Right. Spread it around. All right.
You accept?
Do you accept the nomination? That's nice. Okay, with that, are there any nominations online? Or anybody shows interest that would like to be nominated online? Okay, seeing none and hearing none in the floor, I'm going to go ahead and close this and we're going to move on now to reading the presentation of Bill 001. Senator Larson, would you like to read this bill out to us?
Yes, I would, of course, yes. Sorry, I'm thinking about the time, you know?
It's all right.
I have it on paper, so I'm
You've
gonna read it
been-
on
you've been part of
paper.
3-hour meetings before, so this is.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Okay, so I would like to introduce and just read this bill. I don't, no voting on it today.
No discussion.
No discussion, thank you, President. Okay, so I'm just gonna read the entire thing. Student Senate will amend the bylaws to include a 1 hour tabling requirement each calendar month as part of a pre-existing office hours requirement. And the Senate of Madison Area Technical College, Thursday, August 21st, 2025, introduced by Senator Ashley Larson and Vice President Ari Nichols, co-sponsored by Vice President Quinn Mattson and Vice President Corey Sertzel. A bill, formal motion, the bylaws will be amended to add a requirement that each senator will spend no less than one of their office hours engaged in official tabling per calendar month during the academic year for the purpose of student outreach, advocacy, and engagement in Article 9, Duties of Student Senators, Section 1, subsection E. Section 1, primary reasoning, whereas 1, in the Madison Area Technical College data reports of 2023-2024, 14,992 students were enrolled at the Truix campus. 2, enrollment consists of students from diverse academic programs, backgrounds, and areas of interest. 3, during the Student Senate tabling events, the student body has convenient access to communicate and provide feedback directly to senators. 4, in the Student Senate Constitution, Article 2, purpose section 1, subsection A states that senators will represent students' voices in the Student Senate. 5, tabling allows Student Senate to maintain active representation, ensuring students have greater access to the representatives. 6, formalizing outreach activities as a part of Senate members' duties ensures these activities are consistently performed. 7, to enhance visibility and accessibility of the Student Senate, monthly tabling creates a constant presence in accessible campus spaces, allowing students to connect more easily connect with their elected representatives, learning about ongoing initiatives and becoming informed about the Senate's roles and resources. Section 2, bylaw revision. The bylaws shall be amended to read the following. Article 9, add Article 9, duties of Student Senate senators, Section 1. E, engages with all students at Madison College to collect comments, concerns, issues, etc., which is used to provide help or guidance and to promote the well-being of the community. 1, regional senators shall engage with students on their respective campuses instead of all students at Madison College. 2, each senator shall participate in no less than 1 hour of official tabling per calendar month during the academic year. This requirement may be fulfilled in 1 continuous session, or senators may request 2 sessions of 30 minutes each. Tabling availability must be coordinated and documented through the Vice President of Team Development. The Vice President of Public Relations will work with clubs and faculty to facilitate events and times for Student Senate table, as well as assign vice presidents and senators to their tabling hours in cooperation with the advisor. Senators who are unable to meet this requirement due to documented scheduling conflicts, emergencies, or other accepted reasons may request an exemption from the Vice President of Team Development. Conclusion, be it enacted by the Student Senate of Madison College assembled that the bylaws will be amended to add a requirement that each senator will engage in no less than 1 hour of official tabling per calendar month during the academic year for the purpose of student outreach, advocacy, and engagement in Article 9, duties of senators, Section 1, subsection E.
All right, everybody set? And we'll just be reading the bill. There will be no discussion or
We can
questions.
discuss later.
Yep. Thank you so much. And then we will now move on to announcements. We have no housekeeping, if I'm correct. We have any non-business or housekeeping?
I have announcements. Oh, sorry.
Just let me just make sure there's no non-business or housekeeping. Is there any Hearing none, seeing none, we're gonna go straight to announcements.
Okay, I have several. I don't know if there are any.
Senator Crowder, you're recognized for
Oh,
announcements. Go
sorry.
ahead.
I don't know if there are any first gen students of Student Senate, but if there are other than me, I think others, there's a call for artists for, a first gen, painting, photography, sculpture. There's gonna be a gallery at Madison College during first gen month. There's also a call for, designers. They're, paying, our prize, I think, I don't think it's on here, but I think it's $100 for anyone who comes up with a logo, for t-shirts. They're also looking for, people to share a little bit of their first gen experience. I had the pleasure of doing a book club with, Kimani. I can't think of his last name. He's like, what's Kimani in charge of, Cole?
He's one of the, I think he's like an associate vice president overseeing,
Yeah.
for sure, the student one-stop, student support services area and a variety of other areas.
So he wrote a book about his life experience and we did a book club around that and got the opportunity to spend time with him a couple of times and get our books autographs. But what was really cool is at the end, we did statements about, being a first gen student and there's a first gen campaign that's going on and we want Madison College recognized in it. And then just the last thing I have is the welcome back scavenger hunt that all students are invited to participate in. So I can scan these and send them through email.
Very nice. Thank you so much, sir.
But I was trying to get them before I left the other building, so that's why I was running behind.
All right, thank you. Okay. Our announcements, our next meeting will be on Thursday, September 4th in room C2455 at 4:30 PM. If you have any questions or you don't know where that room is, just connect with me or Advisor Cole. We'll help you get to that room. Show you how to get there. All Senate members should ensure that they have completed all Brightspace modules. Please stay after adjournment for a brief discussion of Brightspace module number 8. So please, if you're logged in, stay logged in. And if you're here, stick around just a couple minutes for Advisor Cole to help us out. No?
Oh, Quinn's looking at me like, what?
And with that, I'm going to go ahead and entertain a motion for adjournment.
So,
Senator Lawrence. Senator Lawrence, and seconded by Senator Crowder. I open up the floor for discussion. Ooh, sure. All right, none online. All right, with that, I will vote in unanimous decision in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Motion carries. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you so much. I appreciate everybody for their patience.